this is a machine, the first in the world that runs on a dual function. So dual function means that we can ride it or we can use the remote control. The key concept of that machine is basically it's the low center of gravity that we have on the seat,
Yes.
as well the balance, and the balance is right across from the seat. So if you ride it or if you use the remote control straight up and down, there's no limitation to it. If we have traction, grip, we can bring it up to 40, 45 degrees where we can climb up and cut everything that goes underneath.
You're supported by some.
So we have 27 horsepower, so Briggs professional engine with pumps, fuel pumps and oil pumps, and it's a permanent four-wheel drive hydrostatic gear that supports me. I can at the same time, if a wheel starts spinning, use the differential lock to block the spinning wheel. And the weight of this machine is 315 kilograms. So this is 315 is the real weight for it.
Yes.
So the durability, the weight, the balance, these are three very critical aspects if you cut and mow in a steep slopes or in rough terrain. By riding it sideways, it's up to 21 degrees, and with the remote control, so without the operator, it's 33 degrees sideways.
Sideways, yeah.
And straight up, no limitation. Limitation is when the wheel starts spinning.
Oh yeah,
So
when you go sideways.
No, straight.
When you go sideways, there is a limitation.
Yeah, sideways here riding, it's 21, and with the remote control, it's 33. And then you hear an acoustic signal of the black box that shows you now you reach the limits.
Oh, I see.
And at this point, you stop and bring out the mower in the lower conditions. Otherwise, the mowing deck will stop for safety. The physical tilting point of the machine sideways without the operator is at 39 degrees.
Okay.
So there's a safety gap between 33 and 39. If the machine falls sideways, this bar protects the machine from crawling down the mountain, so it stays. So you push it back up because the weight, it's possible. You let it sit for a few minutes and then you can turn it on, the engine.
Gaëtan mentioned to me that they usually use Attila from France, from Etesia, and it's not permitted here in Sweden.
Exactly, because of
Is it the same in Germany?
Well, we see it, yes, because there's several features to it that are there that we are avoiding completely by that unit. So that's allowed. I can tell you this. And there's the second reason, and I think this is the most important. So we have the concept of driving and steering now.
Yeah.
And the second one is our mowing deck. So it's a closed mowing deck. It doesn't have any openings, so no throwing objects.
No.
We have, and that's the one and only on the market, it's a mulching mower. So we have two blades.
Yeah.
And this mulching blade, this is the killer for most of the machine. And as well, our cutting blades, these are flail tips, so they're movable, they're not fixed, okay? So when you go over an edge, the mowing deck, because it's the shape of it, it moves up and goes down again. You don't get stuck on the top on a ridge.
Oh, I see.
Okay, this is the second critical aspect. And the third one, that
you have skis.
Yeah, it slides. It slides. Yeah, it pushes it up and down. I'll show you this in a second. And these, they swing, and they're stabilized by the speed. So we have here 380 kilometers per hour, the speed on the outside.
Yes.
And as I said, everything that goes underneath trees up to this diameter, you cut. And as well, this is a mechanical engagement and disengagement of our blade system. Any electronical clutch brake will break immediately when that force for turning on and off.
And you use it on the machine?
Yeah,
here.
this is the same. You see, this is a very thick belt, and that belt is directly connected with the 27 horsepower engine.
Yeah, very good. So this is new to you also in AS motor.
So we've been selling the machine, the Sherpa, without the remote control since 2010. Thousands of those units running for professionals. And since 1 year, we've been selling the dual function unit. And we experienced that 70% of the time, the operator runs it very efficiently in riding it. And for the last 30%, where they put themselves on risk or could harm themselves, that's where they use the remote control. And as well from the investment aspect, you buy one machine and you have two functions. It's a mechanical engagement and disengagement of 3 servo engines, so it's not like a complete electronic unit. And price-wise, it's still much cheaper than a purely remote control unit where the operator is not as efficient. And in the cutting width of 90 centimeters what we have, it's more than a third what on top of our price what the purely remote control unit sells.
Operator is working, and then a critical moment he steps out of the machine.
I'll show you this now. How quick it is. Hello, good morning. Good morning. So we're going to turn this on now. So it's a dual function unit. So we'll turn this on. I have here a lever to engage and disengage my servos. These are 3 servos that are integrated. So I can switch to remote control. I can ride it. Okay, it's 27 horsepower, permanent 4-wheel drive with a hydrostatic gear. Very low center of gravity, and the balance is right across from the seat.